Hello, I'm Paul Taylor. Welcome to the CIO Interviews. This week I'm here with Sasha Puric, who's in charge of IT for Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. So, Sasha, tell me about some of the teams, the big name teams that you have and the arenas that you manage.
So starting with the teams, we have representation in all of the major sports segments. The NHL is obviously prominent in Toronto Maple Leafs, which is a well-established old franchise in Toronto. Then we have the Toronto Raptors, which is the National Basketball Association team, as well as the Major League Soccer, the recent addition, which is Toronto FC. And then finally we also have the Toronto Maple Leafs farm team, which is the Toronto Marlies. In addition to managing professional teams, we also manage a number of the arenas, such as Air Canada Centre, which I believe sees roughly about 3 million visitors every year, with about 300 events in a building. BMO Field, which is their home of the Toronto FC, the outdoor stadium, seating about 25,000 people as well. And as well as the number of other venues that are more of a restaurant and retail operations.
Right. If there's a sort of guiding philosophy to the way you approach the provision of IT, how would you describe it? Do you see your job primarily as to keep the lights on, or is there something else?
We see IT as being more of an enabler. IT is not a competitive differentiator, but it certainly is an enabler of our business. The expansion that we're enjoying in terms of the retail operations, our retail operations, as well as the restaurant operations and all these venues, the integrated infrastructure that we put in place enables us to easily migrate the users, as well as have a experience that's unique and common across all of our platforms.
Right. So the conversations you would have would be with other members of the executive team, would they, in terms, I mean, let's say you started up, obviously, the football franchise, for example. I mean, would you have been involved fairly early on in that decision?
Absolutely. So we would be involved in the decisions around the arena development, as well as this team development. So we're more recently working on a development of the Toronto Football Club Academy, which is going to be our playground for developing young talent, and we're very much in the mix of making decisions around the infrastructure on a new facility, as well as putting in some pretty unique soccer or football management solutions that will enable us to evaluate and scout the potential talent.
What are the big challenges for a business like yours in terms of IT?
So the challenges probably in the last year or two has been the evolution of the Web 2.0, the social media space, the whole cloud computing. We are a different kind of business. We're a fun business. While we used to say that while other people have fun and play, we are there to work. So from that perspective, we can't take a traditional approach to just blocking access to social media sites, because we're very much engaging them. So we produce content as well as allow access to those components on the social media scene. So from that perspective, the challenge for us is really trying to manage the infrastructure that enables that integration and engagement with the fan, while still maintaining the control and visibility into the infrastructure and the traffic.
I would guess that you're seeing more user or more fan use of mobile devices, be it smartphones or iPads. Is that the case?
Absolutely. Coming over the last 2 years, we've seen a significant increase in adoption of the smart devices in the arena. You have to spend a lot of time managing and shaping the traffic to ensure that the fans can get a proper experience in the building.
What sort of things would you worry about? What keeps you up at night? What do you worry about as an IT manager of in this large organization?
I think like any other IT manager today, we all have to worry about security. I think, again, going back to being enabler, we have to enable these modern applications and access to the platforms that are evolving every day. But in the same time, we have to make sure we do it securely.
Right.
So it's always that balance between managing the risk while enabling the business. If you can find the right balance, then we feel like we're hitting the mark.
Right. Do you reckon, I mean, is that a sort of work in progress, or do you think you've got it right already?
No, I think that it's a constant work in progress.
Right.
I think there is a constant evolution of managing security in the organization and managing access in the organization to web-enabled applications. So I don't think that's It's an evolving process.
You've been in this business as an IT expert for some time. Is it something that you would recommend to your son, daughter, nephew, niece?
That is a great question. I love what I do. It's fun, it's engaging, it's entertainment. So certainly, I would recommend this profession to anyone. IT is ever evolving. If you like to learn every day, if you like to evolve, if you like to be challenged with the new opportunities on a daily basis, it's a great career.
Great. Thank you very much, Sasha.
Thank you, Paul.